Hey, welcome to A Game for Your Thoughts. Today we're talking about Batman Arkham City. So, Arkham City continues the story of the Batman Arkham series. After the events of Batman Arkham Asylum, Gotham has decided to section off this part of the city and make it an ultimate super prison for the worst of the worst. Batman gets thrown in there after the leader of the Arkham City, named Hugo Strange, knows his identity. He knows Bruce Wayne is Batman, so Batman gets into Arkham City, and now he's got to figure out what in the world Arkham City is all about, stop the Joker, who's also back, and a few other supervillains that are making a rise for moves and power inside of Arkham City. So the story of Arkham City is pretty cool. Comparatively to Arkham Asylum, I'd certainly say Arkham City is definitely a little bit more story-based, and I actually really liked that because it was really well done. I really liked the characters that Batman interacts with, the people behind Arkham City, and just Hugo Strange himself. That interaction was really cool. Well, we don't really get to see a whole lot of it. The moments that we do get are really awesome, and seeing Batman interact with the different villains, and seeing them kind of interact to seeing Batman in Arkham City are really cool too. Just kind of the mystery of a lot of what this game presents is really interesting. Especially what surrounds the Joker. The Joker's always been the most interesting character in a lot of Batman lore, and his place in Arkham City is very important and very awesome to the story. And I love his place in this game. I think the Joker is in the perfect place for this game, and the mystery that surrounds Joker is very intriguing and leads to one of the coolest moments in a long time I've seen in a video game, like superheroes especially, that it leads to a really spectacular finish that is just the grandest finale you've ever seen. It's so fantastic and so well done, and it's executed very properly too. I don't want to say any spoilers or anything, but the ending of this game is executed perfectly. It's so well done, it's so well written, and the setup to it is phenomenal, especially like the rest of this game leading to that grand finale is just very amazing and interesting. So overall, the story of Arkham City is just really well written. It has a phenomenal ending, and the way that it uses the lore and the characters of the Batman series is really well done. A lot of them having really interesting side quests that let them have moments to shine, but also still don't let it take away from the main story. The side quests in this game are really well done and let some really minor characters have moments to shine and really lead to some really interesting side stories in a comparison to an already really awesome main story. And a lot of the enjoyment comes from the story of Batman Arkham City, but this also really helps with really amazing gameplay. The gameplay of Arkham City is fairly similar to Arkham Asylum. It's definitely a little bit more open in the way that the world and the levels are designed, and that was really appreciated. I really loved the more open world, the ability to use Batman's gadgets and his abilities to your advantage to explore Arkham City. Arkham City was a very big map, and it was really enjoyable as there was lots to see and explore. Between the hundreds of Riddler challenges, awesome side quests, fun little interactions, and a bunch of enemies to fight and defeat and gain XP and just use the really awesome combat system to its advantage. I really enjoyed how awesome and fluid the movement of this game was. In comparison to Arkham Asylum, Arkham City feels very fluid and free, and it's amazing. It works really well in this environment, in the setting that they created. And this also ties along with the combat. The combat is really fluid. The way it flows and the free-flowing movement between jumping between enemies and different situations that you find yourself in using the different gadgets, the different enemy types, it's all used really well to this very simple gameplay combat mechanic to its advantage. It really enhances it and makes the Arkham City like really stand out in other games or series that use the same style of combat that copied off Arkham City because of how well Arkham City executed this style. As you go throughout this game, you're going to encounter several boss fights, and all these boss fights are really well done. Specifically, the Mr. Freeze fight, I would argue, is probably one of the greatest boss fights in video game history. It uses the game's mechanics to its advantage so well and makes you adapt and learn to the situation in the best way possible. I honestly think Mr. Freeze is the best moment of this entire game because his boss fight is just so unique, and it uses the game to its advantage to enhance the experience, to make the player have some agency on how they approach the situation, adapt and change their tactics based on the situation that Mr. Freeze throws at you. It's a really interesting boss fight that I really love playing and is seriously one of my most favorite moments, and a lot of the other boss fights can kind of just tie right into this too. They use the game to its advantage to elevate the experience, to make the boss fight stand out a little bit more, and I thought that was great. That's exactly what a boss fight should do in a video game, is elevate the experience by using the mechanics in a really unique and interesting way, and Batman Arkham City excels at this. This is also shown in the Riddler challenges or the Riddler trophies throughout Arkham City. There's hundreds of these. I'm pretty sure there's about 400 Arkham or Riddler trophies and puzzles, and they're all really, really well done. A lot of them use a lot of the same ideas, which really help along the way, but each one uses the mechanics or the situation, the area, the environment to its advantage to make some really cool puzzles. And going down and finding each one is a total blast. I love doing this. And I played this game on YouTube, and I tried to do as much as I can, but outside of it, I went and I found as many as I could because these challenges and puzzles are so well done. They use the mechanics and the game's gadgets that it gives you and the environments in such awesome ways that it makes for some really enjoyable puzzles. Graphically and technically, this game looks and runs pretty awesome. For a game that came out in 2011, Arkham City still holds up. This game looks really great. There is a bit of load-in when you enter new areas, which it doesn't become a big issue, but it is certainly noticeable in certain situations, and it didn't ruin the experience at all. Beyond that, it was really hard to find a technical issue to complain about. There was really a very flawless experience the entire time through. And on the other technical end, the music and the voice acting are very well done. The music is very heroic, and it leads to some really great moments where it really gets you just in the zone and really elevates the whole experience as a whole. It just does a fantastic job of really just building this awesome environment and making you feel in the moment and in Arkham City. It was fantastic, and the voice acting excels. Everyone does a fantastic job. Mark Hamill kills it as the Joker, as always. Kevin Conroy as Batman, fantastic. Gray DeLise is great as Catwoman, too, and Troy Baker as Two-Face, awesome. Nolan North is a bunch of characters in this game, and he does fantastic. Just the voice acting overall was really, really well done by all amazing voice actors who just are the best of the best, and they killed it in this game. So in the end, you look at Arkham City, and it is a very iconic game. It is probably one of the best games ever made. It is so flawless. It tells a very amazing story, and it has really interesting and fun gameplay. It takes the Batman universe and does really something really awesome with it, and something really enjoyable. I love playing this game as it's just so fun. The story is really incredible. Even the 4th or 5th time I played through it, it's still fun to see the ending. Just that finale is perfect. It is the best way to end this game, and they just absolutely nailed it. Rocksteady knows how to make a really solid Batman game, and Arkham City is where they proved that. With phenomenal storytelling, great gameplay, really amazing voice acting, audio, visual, everything just looks and runs great. Fantastic boss fights that really just take this game to the next level. It's all done so well, and it makes Batman Arkham City a must-play title that I absolutely recommend you play Batman Arkham City. Hey, thank you so much for watching my video on Batman Arkham City. I hope you enjoyed this game as much as I did. Like I said, I played this game here on YouTube, so I'll put a link for the playlist at the end of the video. Go watch me play it. It was tons of fun and really enjoyable. And while you're here, let me know, what's your favorite moment in Batman Arkham City? Try to avoid spoilers as much as possible, but I'm kind of basically asking for it at this point. So, what's your favorite Batman Arkham City moment? Just watch the comments if you haven't played the game. You don't want any spoilers. But I really want to hear what people have to say about certain moments in this game, so let me know down below. And while you're down there, if you want to hit like, subscribe, and the bell to get notified every time I post a new video, that would be awesome. I'd really appreciate that. And if you want to check out more of my stuff, head over to twitch.tv/agameforyourthoughts. I'm streaming there all the time, and I'd love to see you there. Thank you so much for watching the video. I hope you liked it, and we'll see you guys next time on A Game for Your Thoughts.